What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Cheston Podcast. How's everyone doing out there? I just want to get it out of the way. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone and all your families because this episode is going to premiere the week of Thanksgiving. So let's just get it out of the way. But let's just go ahead and get into the hot topics for the week of November 14th to November 20th. All right. NME reports Jerry Springer is quote unquote so sorry for his talk show. All right. So for those who don't know who Jerry Springer is, which well, probably Gen Z really don't know. Well, I don't know because his show, the Jerry Springer Show, was canceled in 2018, so you probably did get a chance to see it. But for those who don't know, the Jerry Springer Show it ran for nearly 30 years, and it has over 4,000 episodes. The show featured guests airing their problems in relationships and family life in front of a live studio audience, which is it's like the pioneer of reality TV. Like that's probably like that and cops in the real world are probably like the pioneers, like the very first people to do reality TV. Um, Now, one thing I found crazy when I read this article is that in 2002, one of the show's guests, a woman that went on the show, she revealed that she was sleeping with her ex husband without the knowledge of his new wife and was murdered. And the couple, which is the ex husband and the new wife, were convicted of murder. Right, crazy, right? But Jerry, he goes on to say, quote unquote, he says, I just apologize. I'm so sorry. What have I done? I've ruined the culture. And that's interesting that he says that. I mean, did he really ruin it? I wouldn't say he ruined it, but he has had impact on the culture. I mean, without the Jerry Springer Show, there wouldn't be no Bad Girls Club. There wouldn't be a Zeus Network. Like, it literally um, was one of the first to have, like, I don't want to call it trashy TV, but I know a lot of people consider it trashy TV when, people are fighting, you know? So it definitely was like the pioneer of that. It like definitely started all that. So I don't think I want to say he ruined it because I feel like if Jerry Springer didn't do it, somebody else would have came up with the idea and did it. He just happened to be the first. So, um, but I get what he's saying. He's saying like he feels like he ruined television because I mean today that's all you see is like everybody wants to see fighting. I mean like the whole Zeus network is like based on fighting. Like all their TV shows are just people just throwing hands at each other, like fist fighting. So yeah, I wouldn't say he ruined the culture, but he definitely had an impact. And like I said before, if he didn't do it, somebody else was going to do it first. So moving on, Rihanna tells E News that she wants Beyonce in her next Savage Fenty show. That's like big news. I'm really like hoping and trying to manifest this to happen. Um, what I want to see is I want to see Beyonce, Rihanna, and Nicki Minaj together. That would be awesome. Or all on the same, like the next Fenty show that she has. I hope she invites Beyonce and Nicki Minaj on there. That would be so dope. I'm really trying to have and manifest a Holy Trinity moment because I'm a fan of all three. I love, I'm a fan of all three's music. I followed all three's careers from the beginning to now. So it's just like that would be for me as a fan. That would be a full circle moment to see them, the three of them, like do something together. And I know that all three of them, like they like each other, love each other, respect each other. So that would be really dope. But then I was thinking, I was like, so Rihanna has Savage Fenty and Beyonce has Ivy Park. So would that make it like a conflict of interest because they are like competing brands, but at the same time, it's I'm sure it's nothing but love. So everybody can get a piece of the pie basically. So I hope she does it. I really do hope Beyonce like but Beyonce sees and hears everything, so I'm sure she heard it. So I'm sure she's probably taking it into consideration to do it. So fingers crossed. All right, moving on. Ticketmaster releases statement about tickets to Taylor Swift's Era Stadium tour. Now, for those who don't know, Taylor Swift's stadium tour, which is going to be next summer in 2023 or next year in 2023. It kicks off in March actually, so not summer, springtime. Um, for those who don't know, she had a pre-sale that was coming up, and basically the pre-sale like crashed. Like fans, like so many people were going to the Ticketmaster website trying to get their tickets that it was they were put in queues. A lot of people didn't get any tickets. A lot of people are upset. Um, so Ticketmaster, they state that there has been an historically unprecedented demand with millions showing up to buy tickets for the pre-sale. And Live Nation now, okay, so you're probably thinking, why are you jumping from Ticketmaster to Live Nation? For those who don't know, um, Live Nation and Ticketmaster, they merged in 2010. So like they became one. And basically, the Live Nation chairman, he goes on to say, his name is Greg Malfay. He says 14 million people were trying to buy tickets. Quote unquote, they did sell over 2 million tickets. They could have filled 900 stadiums. That's how many tickets were like sold. That's the demand for Taylor Swift. Like she is like the number one artist right now. Like for real, for real. Like you just have to be honest. Like if even if you don't like her, you have to be real. She's like that girl. Like it's because a lot of people are not selling records like the way. Really, the only artists that are really pushing records is like pop artists, and then very few hip hop rap artists. Like if you've had some longevity in the game, you're pushing it. You're pushing numbers as far as rap and hip hop. Like Drake's always sells. He had big opening numbers this week. I mean, not this week, but this year with Her Loss and his last project. He's always making, doing numbers, but that's because he has a loyal fan base. Same thing with Kendrick Lamar. Same thing with Nicki Minaj. But as far as like who's doing the big, big, big numbers, it's like Taylor Swift. Um, she's like just dominating. Like she really did. She's doing her thing, and as you can see, millions of people want to see her on this stadium tour. So this stadium tour is going to definitely sell out if 14 people went on the website trying to buy tickets. Like definitely. So Ticketmaster, they had to cancel the public sale due to extraordinary high demands and insufficient tickets remaining. So they don't even have any tickets left for the general public. Like all the tickets went in the pre-sale. So that, I guess, because that happened, everybody's pissed that the fans that did not get tickets are pissed, and which is causing people to urge the Department of Justice to kill the merger between Live Nation and Ticketmaster. Um, they're alleging that Ticketmaster and Live Nation are price gouging customers in addition to strong arming artists and venues into accepting unfavorable conditions. And everybody's accusing Ticketmaster of being a monopoly. For those who don't know what a monopoly is, it's basically a single seller that excludes competition from providing the same product. So I guess Ticketmaster, with this merger between Live Nation and Ticketmaster, it's I guess they have the bulk of the tickets for artist shows, and you know only people can go to them for those tickets. It's not like you can shop around for different prices. Like they have, since they've merged together, they have like a monopoly on the tickets, and people are feeling like they are, jacking up the prices on purpose. A lot of people are upset about, this whole merger between Ticketmaster and Live Nation. But in the end, Taylor Swift, she has released a statement to her fans apologizing, letting them know that she was told by, Ticketmaster and Live Nation that they did have, the tools and were able to handle, high traffic, high demand traffic for, on their websites when her tickets were, going to be put on sale. But that wasn't the case, obviously. I just know that concert is going to sell out, and I'm sure you guys, if for those who did not get no tickets, I'm sure you can look on StubHub, but I'm sure the tickets are going to be like jacked up. Even it's like whatever you pay on Ticketmaster, it's going to be double if you try to go on like StubHub or one of those resale websites where people take their tickets, and they resell them. But good luck to everybody that's trying to get to the Taylor Swift Eras Stadium tour. All right, moving on. The world's population reaches 8 billion people. 8 billion. That's a lot of freaking people. I would have thought we would have reached 8 billion a lot sooner, but I guess, that's about right. But in 2011, the population reached 7 billion people. So that's 11-year difference. I mean, that's pretty fast, I would say. Okay. But scientists, they say that the world's population is projected to reach 9 billion in 2037 and 10 billion in 2058. They're saying that's signaling that population growth is slowly declining. Um, I can kind of see that with everything that's going on in the climate, as far as the climate change, the whole global warming situation that we have going on. Um, Resources are getting scarce. The cost of living is going up, so people can't really, it's really hard to. I mean, unless you're getting assistance from the government, it's really hard to, um, to raise, especially with everything that's going on. Rent has gone up, food is going up. It's like inflation, like a mug. Okay, so I could see why people are like, reevaluating if they even want kids. And I'm seeing that too. I'm noticing that too. A lot of people are choosing not to have kids. And I don't know. You know, everybody has their own reason for that. So I don't know, but I'm just noticing. A lot of people are choosing. Either to not have children or to wait like later in life to have kids. There used to be a pressure that you had, if you want to have a family, if you want to have kids, you need to have them all in your 20s. Personally, for me, that's insane. I feel like you're still learning yourself in your 20s. I mean, I'm not knocking it. You know, Children are gifts from God, so, they're blessings. So, I'm not saying like, oh, you ruined your life if you had a kid. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, for me, in my opinion, your 20s and 30s, you're still learning yourself. There's just so much that, you know, so much you have to go through to really become and comprehend being an adult. So um, I just feel like you're not fully there when you're in your 20s. Maybe when you reach your 30s, yes, but even then, for some people, they're still not even there in their 30s. So they're probably going to get there in their late 30s, going into their 40s. I definitely think by the time you're 40, everyone should, you know, have a grasp on adulthood. And probably that's probably the best time to have children. But people will probably feel like they're too old, or they feel like I won't get to, um, I'll be old when my kid is like 40. So, a lot of people probably want to have children when they're young because they want to, you know, grow up with their child. Everybody has their own different reasons for having children. But anyways, like I was saying, scientists are saying that the population is slowly declining, which I think is, um, I mean, it makes sense because of, like I said before, everything that's going on. So maybe people are just like really, evaluating and really thinking about, um, having a child before, actually executing the decision. But um, yeah, 2037, that's like 15 years from now. So we're going to reach 9 billion people. It's projected 9 billion people in 15 years. And then you have 10 billion in 2058, which is like, that's like, whoa, okay, so what? That's 36 years? 52? Because, yeah, that's 36 years from now. So it's projected to be 10 billion 36 years, which I think was crazy. But it is a decline because if we did 7 billion to 8 billion in 11 years, then we should be at 9 billion in 2032 and 10 billion in 2042. So obviously there is a decline. Okay, moving on. Page 6 reports Chris Brown claims American Music Awards canceled his Michael Jackson tribute. Yes, the team behind the American Music Awards, they canceled his tribute to Michael Jackson at the very last minute. The performance was a 40th anniversary. Well, actually, it was. Actually, this month is the 40th anniversary of the Thriller album. So that was what the tribute was for. It was to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the iconic Thriller album. But Chris Brown, he says that the performance was quote unquote canceled for reasons unknown. So he don't even know why the performance was canceled. Um, But people are assuming that it's due to the altercation he had with his ex-girlfriend, Rihanna, that was so public. And yeah, I'll get to that in a minute, but let me continue on. Last year, and also Page Six is reporting, they're making it known that last year, like they're listing these things probably to say like this is probably what played a part into why they pulled out of the performance. So let me continue. But last year, Chris was accused of hitting a woman during an argument in his L.A. home, and he was sued. He was also, and then he had another incident where he was sued earlier this year for allegedly drugging and raping a woman in Miami in 2020. And Chris Brown, he has responded to the both of those, and well, all allegations and well accusations. Um, he's all of his response to all of that is quote unquote cap, meaning not true. Um, but the flip side is that he actually won the favorite R&B Male Award at the 2002. 2002. I'm sorry, at the 2022 American Music Awards, which was this previous Sunday that just passed. Um, and the crazy thing is, I didn't watch the ceremony because I'm sorry, I'm over these award shows. I feel like it, the it's just dead. It's like it's nobody cares no more. Nobody wants to watch these award shows. And on top of that, these award shows, like majority of them, if they're not fan voted, they're definitely like people are getting paid under. There's money being exchanged under the table. Like these awards are bought, especially the Grammys. But we're on the American Music Awards, so let me go ahead and continue. So he won the award, and I saw the clip of Kelly Rowland. She presented the award, and she announced him as the winner, and the audience booed, which was crazy. Like I didn't even know that there was still like a disdain for Chris Brown. Like I thought, I don't want to say people got over it because some people are not over it, and I mean, I don't really have an opinion on it. I mean, I don't want to bring up something so old. So it's like it happened. If Chris Brown and Rihanna got past it, I feel like everybody else should probably get past it. But I mean, everybody has their own feelings. Everybody's their own person. So I guess you know that situation could have triggered something in somebody. You don't know if somebody, her fans, or you could have had their own situations with domestic violence. I don't know, but like I was saying before, if Chris Brown and Rihanna got over it, people should be able to move past it. But continuing on, the audience booed, and Kelly Rowland, she basically had to check the audience. She had to let them, as she was speaking, she had to be like, "Excuse me, let me continue. Like, don't interrupt me, but with your boos, let me finish my thought." And she basically thanked Chris Brown for his contributions to R&B, which he should be thanked. R&B, Chris Brown. I don't care if you don't like him. You got to give him his props. He still is making his music. He still is, in his element, doing what he enjoys to do and continuing to do what he enjoys to do. And people, he has a fan base. So, I mean, people are still supporting him. So, I mean, you got to give him his props, like give him his flowers. So, but, yeah, I just, I think it's I mean, award shows are going to do what they want to do. They only use these artists so they can get the viewership, so they can get paid. So, I mean, I don't know why. I think people would have definitely tuned in to watch that, tribute for the 40th anniversary for Thriller. I mean, that would have been dope. But then on top, the flip side of that is that I'm also hearing that people are saying the allegations that were made against Michael Jackson about the whole, molestation thing. They're saying that's probably another reason why they pulled it. I mean, the AMAs have not officially released a statement as of yet. So, but I will definitely continue to follow the story. If they do come out with a statement, or if we do get a reason why, I'm definitely going to say it on the next episode. But on this one, um, All we know so far is that they just pulled the plug on the performance, and Chris Brown, he doesn't know why, and he's upset about it. But um, I don't. And then hearing, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, so when he won the award, they booed the award. So do you think he would have been booed if they did it? He did his performance. I don't think so, because I think he would have did such a great job that everybody would have been like, oh my God, he would have got probably a standing ovation, definitely a lot of applause. But easing on into the next topic, we're going to go ahead and get into the 2022 American Music Awards. Just a few highlights. Like I said before, I didn't watch it. Um, like I've said over and over again on these episodes, I feel like the award show is dead. It's done. They need to just hang it up. It don't even need to be broadcasted live anymore. I think they should just probably continue on with them, but just put them on like a streaming service. The BET Awards can go on the BET Plus app. The MTV Awards can go on the MTV app if there is one out there. I don't even know if there is an MTV app, but it can go in there and people can watch it. I'm just saying, you know, move those things to that, because I feel like nobody is paying attention to award shows no more. I feel like it's declining. Um, like nobody really cares. But moving on, Taylor Swift, she was the big winner of the night, and she won 6 awards, including Artist of the Year. So she, like I said, she's dominating. Taylor Swift is like, it's like another year, another year down, another dominated year for her. Nicki Minaj, she won favorite female hip hop artist. Congrats, Nicki. She's the only female rapper to win an award that night, and she also extends her record for being the most awarded female rapper in American Music Awards history. So congrats, Nicki. That was really awesome. And then Kendrick Lamar, he won the favorite male hip hop artist. Congrats to Kendrick. That's awesome. Um, and those are really the highlights. That's all really I was paying attention to, or paying attention to the award show for. Everything else, it's all the same. Nothing new. Um, there really were no performances that stood out. I can't tell you any. It wasn't a good show. It wasn't. It really wasn't. I feel like nobody showed up. There was no real celebrities there. Um, yeah, like I said before, the age of award shows are definitely, it's about to be sunset really quick for award shows. I think it's over, because if you notice, it just seems like the viewership for award shows, they get less and less um, every every year. The viewership, the numbers go down more and more. So it's like nobody is like really caring or watching them anymore. So like I said before, it's the age of, award shows are dead. So they're going to have to pretty soon figure out how they're going to keep on, broadcasting these award shows, since nobody's watching them, if we're going to be honest. But that was all the topics for this week. Make sure you subscribe, share, and like on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, and YouTube. Make sure to follow the Cheston Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. A new episode will be uploaded next Tuesday. Thank you. Peace.